Hello, and welcome to another conversation with Crystal Marie Seeley. I am Crystal Marie Seeley, and if you like what you find on this channel, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. And if you like notifications, then you can hit that bell. You won't be bombarded. I don't do these often. Welcome. Today, I'm going to be revisiting pricing, something that I have held very dear to me as a strategy consultant around mindful consulting has been pricing, because a lot of entrepreneurial businesses do not last because a lot of us have come from a corporate background where we feel like we have to pay our dues and we have to do a lot of things for free to build credibility, and a lot of the stories that we tell ourselves that don't really work for you if you have a business that needs to hit the ground running. My philosophy has always been, and I continue to hold, that if you are living in a system that is financial, then you have to make enough money so that you are doing well, and then you give of the overflow of that. Now, this is a very feminine perspective. It honors that you have to fill your container so that you can overflow. This is feminine because in the feminine, you have to receive before you can give. You have to fill your cup before you can overflow. Whereas I think my understanding of the masculine, as I'm still learning more about that, is that you are filled up by doing, by giving, by seeing the results of your effort. And that fills your cup. The feminine is the other way. We have to be filled up on that love, that nurturing, that inward focus. Clarity of self is what allows us to overflow and be clear on what we can offer and offer well. And so you fill your cup. That means you have to get paid and paid well so that you are living a lifestyle that you are absolutely comfortable in. I don't mean like you're scraping by like a student. I don't mean like you're okay, well, I barely have enough on my table, but I can survive on that. No, because your mind is always going to be on those bills. You can't give your clients 100% focus. And so for me, if you're in a financial system, that is the focus. So what is the shift? The shift for me, and for a lot of people who are feeling a change in energy, people who are sensitive to what's happening with the earth itself, would be realizing that just as the moon affects tides, the earth is changing in a number of different cycles for the earth. The earth has million year cycles, it has 26,000 year cycles, it has 2,000 year cycles, and this is one of the 26,000 year cycles that I think is also coinciding with a 2,000 year cycle. Those energy shifts are huge when it's an upward shift into this cycle. And so if you are honoring that, then you're going to be feeling a lot of shifts that call you to no longer ignore the things that are intuitive to you, even though intuition has kind of been trained out of us in looking for scientific answers and looking outside of ourselves for answers. The inner self is getting a lot louder these days for those who are paying attention. And so I invite those of you, and I'm going to say this as somebody, again, coming from a background in pricing, those of you who are suddenly considering the notion of living in a world without money, take the time to sit back and rest in that, relax into it, play with it, daydream around it, see what it feels like. Honor the absolute liberation and freedom that comes from considering a world where we get to live for free, just like the animals and the trees and everything else that live around us. And yes, we have a system that's trying to force a scenario on us where nothing really lives here for free. But if you could step back outside of that and enjoy just this moment of, yeah, what would it be like to live here for free? Take the time to do it. Because yes, while you're in a system that has money, then money is the thing that is taking care of you. It is energy, just like anything else. But as the earth shifts its energy to bring us into a different period of awakening and liberation, it is inviting you to live freely on this planet in every sense of the word. And so what does that look like for you? I say this because I'm exploring that as well. Even if I would advise somebody who's still holding money dear on pricing in a way that allows them to stay afloat. You cannot, if you're drowning, help anyone else. I invite you to consider a world without money. What would that look like for you? Have fun with it, and I'd love to hear how that goes. Talk to you soon.